Imagine a world where it's rain all the time. You would probably think, man, this is so annoying. Having to carry an umbrella or a raincoat everywhere you go. But for life on Earth around 234 millions of years ago, this wasn't an imagination. It was everyday reality. This period is known as the Carnian Pluvial episode, a time when rainfall increased across the planet and continued almost non-stop for almost 1 to 2 million years. Before this event, Earth's climate was very different. Most of the land was joined together into the massive supercontinent called Pangaea, and because of its enormous size, much of the interior of the continent was dry, hot, and desert like. Rainfall was limited, seasonal, and many plants and animals were adapted to arid conditions, and that balance was suddenly disrupted. During the late Triassic period, intense volcanic activity began to occur on the massive scale. These eruptions released enormous amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. As the carbon dioxide level rose, global temperatures increased. Warmer air was able to hold more moisture, and warmer oceans caused evaporation rate to rise sharply. This combination supercharged the Earth water cycle. As more moisture entered the atmosphere, rainfall patterns changed across the globe. Regions that had once been dry desert began receiving persistent and heavy rainfall. Seasonal rains turned into powerful monsoon-like system, and precipitations became far more frequent and intense than before. This was not a brief climate anomaly. Geological evidence showed that these wet conditions lasted for hundreds of thousands to millions of years. Rock layers from this time period contain river sediments, floodplain deposits, and cold beds, all of which indicate long-term repeated rainfall. These layers abruptly replace older desert deposits, clearly marking a dramatic shift in the Earth's climate. The consequences were severe. Continuous rainfall caused widespread flood and erosion. Rivers expanded, landscape destabilized, and soils were washed away. Many ecosystems collapsed under the stress of the constant environmental changes. Plants and animals that were adapted to dry conditions struggled to survive, leading to significant extinctions, especially among marine species and early reptiles. Oceans were also affected. When the rain became constant, it didn't just flood the land, it also washed huge amount of nutrients, soil, and organic material into the ocean. At first, this might sound harmless, but it caused serious chain reaction in the ocean. All those extra nutrients fed the massive growth of the algae in the sea. When this algae eventually died, bacteria broke it down, and in the process, they consumed large amount of oxygen from the water. As oxygen level dropped, large part of ocean became difficult or even impossible for marine life to survive in. Fish, shellfish, and many other organisms either suffocated or were forced out of these regions. This process turned parts of ocean into low oxygen dead zone, adding even more stress to life during the Carnian Pluvial episode. Yet, despite the destruction, the Carnian Pluvial episode also reshaped the life in the lasting way. As older ecosystems collapsed, new environments formed, dense vegetation expanded in many regions, and a new plant group began to spread across the land. These changes created fresh ecological opportunities for certain animals. Most importantly, this period marked the early rise of the dinosaur. With many competing species in decline, dinosaurs were able to diversify and gradually became more dominant. Early mammal and crocodile relatives also began to establish themselves during this time. The world that emerged after the Carnian Pluvial episode was fundamentally different from the one before. Climate patterns has shifted, ecosystem has been reorganized, and evolution has taken a new direction. Today, scientists study this event because it provides a powerful example of how large release of greenhouse gases can rapidly alter Earth's climate system. The Carnian Pluvial episode shows that increase in atmospheric carbon dioxide can intensify rainfall, disrupt ecosystems, and drive extinctions, but also create opportunities for new life to emerge. It stands as a reminder that Earth's climate is deeply connected to the carbon cycles, and that when this balance is disrupted, the consequences can be global and long lasting. So, this was the event of the Carnian Pluvial episode of the Earth. If you want to hear more about these events of the past of the Earth, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you around and stay safe.